Future Dana here. We're trying to reach 10,000 subscribers, and you can help us out by sharing the channel and clicking the subscribe button. And when we reach 10,000, we're going to do a giveaway. So if you want to know what that's about, help us out. Hi, Dana here. Welcome to Solar and Create. I'm glad you joined us today. And if you like what you see, be sure you click that subscribe button and the bell notification so you'll be notified when we send out new videos. Also, we have a Patreon page with multiple tiers if you'd like to support our channel in that way. And then on the Etsy shop, I have sewing kits for a lot of the tutorials on the channel, and I'm also adding some new items to my Etsy shop. So be sure you check that out. The link will be in the description. For today's project, it's not a sewing project, it's more of a craft project, and it's using some simple supplies, and it's a part of our Christmas ornament series. So let's get started. For today's project, the wooden Jenga block ornament, we're going to be using the tumbling blocks from Dollar Tree, and I like to get the ones that have the dark and the light raw color wood, because then it gives you two different looks. So I'm going to use, for one of my ornaments, I'm going to use the darker woods, and then for my other one, I'm going to use the raw or light colored wood, and I'm going to paint that one. So let me show you how to put it together. You only need 3 blocks for each ornament. And you're going to take, I'm going to use tacky glue because it's a little bit stronger craft glue. And you could also use wood glue, that works also. But you put your glue just on the one edge. And I like to lay mine flat and then pull my other one up to it. You're just going to put them together. And then you're going to do the same thing with the third one. I'm going to put glue on the edge that I'm going to butt up next to each other. And then just push it into place. And then I hold it for just a little bit, and I use a baby wipe and just wipe away the excess glue. And do the same thing kind of on the back. And I'm going to set that one to the side for just a minute so it can glue. When you're doing the raw wood one, if you want to paint it, you need to glue it together before you paint it. And the reason for that is the paint will make the glue not stick as well. It will stick, but you have to use more glue. So I always glue mine together and then paint it. So I'm going to paint this one white. And then I'm just going to, I'm not going to do a real heavy coat. I'm going to do more of a whitewash look on this one. So you can still see some of that wood grain just because I like that look. But you could paint it all the way if you wanted to and do several coats. I'm just going to do the one, and I'm even going to paint the back because being a Christmas tree ornament, if your ornaments are like mine, they sometimes spin around backwards. So we're going to paint the back of this one. And I'm going to do all my edges. And I'm working on a silicone mat from Dollar Tree. And I like these kind of mats because the hot glue won't stick to them, but also you can wipe them off if you get paint on them or something like that. So I'm going to lay that one down flat and then go over my front piece just one more time, just to make that as smooth as possible. Then we're going to set that one to the side and let it dry. Fingers cleaned off here a little bit. And I'm going to pull my other one back down. Okay, and it doesn't take long for the glue to kind of set up so you can work with your ornament. So this is our dark colored ornament. And then we're going to just pick what we're going to put in the middle. So I've picked a variety of items, and you can kind of do whatever you like, or something even completely different. If you do something different, be sure you leave a comment and tell us what you used and share with the group. So I found these are just felt stickers. I think I bought them in a package at Dollar Tree. This is a button you could use, and we're just going to basically glue it there in the middle. So the button would work well, the tree. You can find wooden pieces at Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby, Michael's. You could put that on there, paint it if you wanted it. This was just off of some kind of decoration that I used to have in my house, and I liked it, so I pulled it off. So if you have things that are kind of sentimental to you that have broken the other parts of it and you want to put that on there, that would be kind of fun. And then I also just pulled some buttons. And if you're going to use a shank button, a button that has the part in the back, then you just take a pair of wire cutters. And this being a plastic button, it's pretty easy, but you can do it with metal. You just snip it on each side. If I can get my fingers to work. And cut that shank part off, and then your button can be glued flat. So on this one, I actually found these Dollar Tree wooden shapes, and I painted mine with a whitewash. It's a little wooden tree, and it does have a sticker thing on the back, which will make it a little more dimensional when I glue it. So then I'm going to take my tacky glue, and I'm going to put some on that sticker and then some on the rest of the tree. And you just glue it in place. I'm going to set that one to the side for just a second. We're going to come back to the white one. And for the white one, I'm going to use this Santa hat. And this does have a adhesive backing on it. So I'm going to peel that off. Expose the adhesive, but then I'm also going to add a little more glue to it just to make sure it stays really well, because sometimes that adhesive is not the best. I'm going to add a little tacky glue. All right, so now we have our wooden pieces put on there. Then we can add embellishments if we want. And so I pulled two different buttons to add to my tree, maybe a star at the top. So I was thinking maybe the yellow star, and I'll cut the shank off. Or I also found this white kind of iridescent star. And I think that's the one I'm going to use, so it keeps it kind of tone on tone, but it also adds just a little bit of shimmer. Cut the shank off. And I'm going to glue that with my tacky glue. Actually, I think I'm going to use my hot glue for that. I pulled my hot glue gun out and put it on. Just put a little dab so it'll dry a little faster. My star. And I'm going to pull this up, and I am going to add, because this thing has I want it more dimensional, I'm going to add a little bit of glue, hot glue, right above that glue dot so that it will actually adhere to the wooden part. It'll take up a little bit of that space. And then the last thing you do to make it an ornament that you can hang is I'm going to use this white lace, because I'm kind of keeping all of this a white tone on tone. I'm just going to make a loop. Cut off my extra piece here. And I am going to hot glue that. Now when I put my loop, I want to make sure that I turn it this way when I glue it this side to my back of my ornament because I want this shape to be my front. I'm going to flip it over, turn it around this way, make my loop, put a little dab of hot glue there, cross it over, well, keep sticking to the, and then your ornament is complete. So that one is finished and ready to hang. We're going to put it over here and let it dry. This is my original one, and I pulled this poinsettia button and I was playing around with it, and I really kind of like how that button just kind of sparks this up a little bit more. So I'm going to hot glue this button to the original one. And I just think that elevates it just a little bit more. And the snowflake was also a wooden thing that I bought on a sheet, just like the Christmas tree from Dollar Tree. And then I painted it white. For my Santa hat, I think I'm going to use a red ribbon. I'm going to keep as my hanger. Just cut a little piece here. And if you wanted, you could add a little bit of glitter to the Santa part, right, the cuff of his hat right there, and give it a little bit of a shine and just kind of spark it up a little bit. Glue this one in place. And now that one is ready. You could also take on the Santa hat and you could write somebody's name on there and give it as a more personalized ornament. So that's 3 different versions using the the tumbling blocks from Dollar Tree. And the nice thing is you get a whole bunch of ornaments out of this, because basically these are in groups of 3 in the box. So you get one layer does 1 ornament. And they make great gifts. They also make great gift tag. Put them on a gift for somebody, and then they get a bonus ornament out of it also. So our project is complete. I hope you liked today's project, the Jenga Block Christmas Ornament. And if you made one, be sure you leave us a comment and tell us what you used on the front of yours. So, see you in the next one.